Are we live? We're live? Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Nelson, and welcome to my channel, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a channel yet, but I'm probably gonna make one and post this video on it, and I don't know what it's gonna be called, but welcome. I don't know. I've always wanted to make videos like this, so what better way to start it and get my feet wet than by doing a manga haul video? So we're gonna do a manga haul, and yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. I don't really want to, bullshit you and just talk like, stupid shit. So, well, here's the shirt that I got. This is pretty dope. This is from, I actually haven't read the Interact Center manga, but this is one of the last episodes adapted in the anime, and it was a really good moment. Just a really good season for Killua in general. And I'm looking forward to eventually reading the manga and seeing where it goes. If it ever gets out of hiatus. Okay, let's get into it. And you can actually already see a piece of my haul over there in the background. The Akira box set. Finally came back into print. So I thought I may as well do it because if anything, I can at least get my money back if I sell it. Or more. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. I'm probably gonna love it. But I'll get to that eventually. So yeah, there's my first piece. I was gonna say that for last, but it's already in the background. So I kind of just changed my camera around so that you would see the good part of my room because the rest is a mess. I mean, you could probably already see the kind of mess that it is because my bookshelves are not very well organized currently, and I don't really have space for a lot of things. But yeah, let's get started. I don't know how deep to go into each book, so I don't know. I guess you guys let me know. I'm just gonna emulate, other YouTubers that I like, other content creators that I like, and I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I'm probably gonna be awkward as hell, but may as well embrace it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab like a whole stack, this whole stack right here. I'm gonna grab the whole thing. I'm gonna put it behind the computer. Whew. Okay. All right. Pardon that interruption. I got a little bit roomied, as they say. I don't know if they say that. My friend says that, and it's a pretty good term. Yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just jump right into it. I don't want to make this video too long, and this is kind of a long haul. This is my October haul. This is what I got in the whole month of October. It's been a pretty heavy month. I've been kind of catching up with a lot of my purchases and a lot of things that have been on my wish list for a while. Now that I have the chance to, but now I kind of have to slow down a little bit because I'm running out of space and I'm kind of like going a little crazy. So I gotta sell some stuff. I gotta figure something out and curate my collection a little better. But here's what we got. We're gonna start with this big behemoth right here, which is actually very light, like surprisingly light. Like, can you hear that? Like when you hear that, you know that it's kind of light, which is not a bad thing at all. It's comfortable, and I don't think it has a lot of gutter loss. Actually, it has no gutter loss whatsoever. Not that it matters for a series like this. It's a strip. I don't really know what to call these. Like it's like a vertical strip. Let me see if I can show you here. Some really good supposedly really good comedy slice of life stuff. I actually don't really know much about this other than hearing about it growing up a lot. And but I got it because my friend Kong likes it a lot. And his recommendations have been pretty on point so far. I've actually started reading this a little bit. I read the first chapter, and honestly, I don't know if I like it, but it's only the first chapter. And we haven't really been introduced to the characters properly yet. It's just the jokes weren't really landing and whatnot, but there was already that charm that I think I'm gonna like in the long run. So I'm gonna continue reading this, and I think I'm gonna like it a lot. Yeah, so here's the cover. I don't really know how YouTube is with like showing the inside of manga. If anyone can tell me, let me know. Which publishers have a problem with showing the interiors of manga. right now I'm just gonna show the interiors for most of the manga. I want you guys to get an idea of what the art looks like. It's kind of silly not to, unless there is a problem, and like publishers do give you problems for that. I mean, it's not like I'm really gonna monetize this video, or maybe I guess I will, but like it's not like it's gonna make any money or whatever. But yeah, but it's pretty cool. Very very long. I think this collects 4 volumes, 5 volumes. I'm not really sure how long the series is, but it's like all of it, and it's pretty cool. It came a little bit tilted. I don't know if you can actually see that. I mean, it's not really that tilted anymore. It's still a little tilted. Um, yeah, but it came from Right Stuff, and it came a little tilted. And I put some books on top of it, and it seemed to solve the problem for the most part. Um, yeah, let me actually keep an eye on the timer so that I know how long I'm talking about each book, because I can get carried away with the rants, and I don't think people want to hear that. Okay, so that's the first book. Now the second book, probably one of the highlights of this haul, and probably something that most people are getting because it's probably amazing. I mean, I don't know if it's amazing or not, but it's probably really good. From what I hear, it is really good. But the book itself is really good looking, and here it is. Junji Ito's Frankenstein, and that cover looks amazing. The whole book in general just looks really good, like great presentation. It's gonna look really good next to Shiver and the White Trilogy, Tomi Uzumaki Gyo. And I came from Right Stuff, and I kind of have a problem with the way the Right Stuff like like it's not their packaging, because their packaging is good, but I think their books are sometimes already damaged. I think based on an email that they told me, that I'll spare you the details, but based on what they told me, I can kind of infer that sometimes their stock is already kind of damaged, and it's not big, but it's just like these kinds of things happen way too often with them, like that. It's not a big deal, obviously, and that I don't know if you can see that right there in the corner. It's kind of bent. I don't mind it that much, really. It's not a big deal. It's just that it happens so often. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, it's Shinji Ito. I mean, you probably already know what to expect, more or less. But it is a Frankenstein adaptation, I think, to some degree, and it has some other short stories too. And the art looks absolutely incredible. I think it looks better than it does in a lot of the other books. Um, so far, I've only read some of his other short story collections, and I'm reading Tommy currently for Halloween month, even though I've been making very slow progress on it. But I've been reading Tommy, and I've just really, really liked everything that he's done. Even when the story is kind of like corny or, you know, just kind of silly, like for some reason those stories stick with you. Like even the Solving Classroom, I forgot to mention I read that too. But even the Solving Classroom, it was silly. It wasn't really a great book, but it stuck with me for some reason. Like the character would apologize and people would start melting, right? And now whenever anybody apologizes a lot, I just always recall that book, and that's the case for a lot of Ito's stories. There will be like some random thing that is in one of his stories, and I'll just remember it randomly, and I'll be like, "Wow, that was creepy." That actually like stuck with me, and that's what I think is gonna be the main appeal of Junji Ito in the long run. These stories really stick with you. Um, okay, awkward to throw the books on my bed, not throw, but now the next one is actually I just got this yesterday, and I went looking specifically for this and other Inio Asano books that were not published they were not localized and published in the U.S. And I just read the story recently, like last week, and the story itself you probably can't read Japanese, obviously, but the story itself is called City of Light, Hikari no Machi, and I just read it. I found this for like 250 at Book Off, which really cool. They have a lot of cool stuff like that. A little yellowing, but whatever. I just got this because I want to have it in my collection because it's not anywhere else, and my Asano collection is basically complete. So I kind of want this to. So I kind of wanted this, and I wanted also Downfall, and I always forget the other title, the title of his other unlocalized book. Uh, Before Dawn and the End of the World, I think. I might be butchering that title. Um, but I'm really looking forward to that one. I haven't read that one yet. That's next on my list. And then after that, I'm gonna read Downfall, and I've been kind of hunting those down to see if I can find the Japanese versions until they release the US or the English versions, and I can grab them. But for 250, come on, why not? And let me show you some art. This is kind of early Asano. I mean, it's not that early, but it's pretty early. His art is a little better than it was in What a Wonderful World. It might be even a little of it might even be a bit above Nijigahara Holograph. Maybe not. I don't know. The art in Nijigahara looks amazing. Let me see if I can find something really cool to show you here. But it's Asano. You guys already, I'm sure a lot of people watching this, which probably only a couple people will watch this anyway, but I'm pretty sure those people will know what Asano art looks like. But it's just really cool, and this is just a series of interconnected stories. They're not all short stories like What a Wonderful World. But it kind of starts out kind of atmospheric, and then we kind of end up touching base with those characters from the beginning again and the end. But then there's a middle arc with like 3 chapters of this just one focusing on one boy who is basically assisting people commit suicide, which is pretty dark, and it does get pretty dark. But that arc ends up being central to the climax of the book. And I don't want to spoil too many things, but it's Asano. If you've read everything else by him that you can read that's been actually localized, I would say go ahead and read this online. It's really good. Like I would say it's above What a Wonderful World. It's probably on the same level as Girl on the Shore. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't really like to rank books like that, but it's just my way of keeping it in order in my head. But it's really good. Read it if you like Asano. And if you don't mind, like fan translations, the one that I found was really good. Okay, the next one, also an Asano book. Duel? No, we're not dueling. Unless you want to, I'll duel you. But yeah, Dead Demons Destruction. I haven't started this yet. I'm waiting until I catch up on the other series that I need to read by him, Dawnfall and Before Dawn. And after I read those, and maybe Ozanari-kun, I think I'm going to skip Ozanari-kun for now because it's a gag manga. I don't think I'm going to like it that much. It's Asano, so I'm going to read it eventually. And but yeah, I got the 3rd volume. I haven't started it yet, but it looks great. I love Viz Sigs. Different color than the other ones. I'll show you some art really quick. Boom, that's it. It looks very different from his usual stuff. Is what I'll say. The style in general, it looks very dense too. A lot more of it is hand drawn than his other books. He uses less digital backgrounds than he used to in the other ones, which some people probably like, some people might not. I'm indifferent. I really actually like his digital backgrounds. I don't remember what the process is called, but basically when you take a picture and you desaturize it and then you go in and you actually manually add in touches by pencil and make it look like it's part of a manga. But that's one thing that I've always liked about his books is that they feel so grounded normally, even without that. But then those realistic backgrounds really make you feel like you're in a real world with these real people, real characters. But here it's not as present, but it's there. Actually, I don't know if it's there. I'm actually looking through it right now, and I can't really see much. I don't want to look through it too much. I don't want to spoil myself. Um, I'm gonna wait to read this. This may as well. It's still publishing, so it's not going anywhere. And but I'll get around to it soon. I've got like 2 volumes worth of like Sano manga to read before this, so I'm in a rush. I'm kind of savoring the rest of it because after I get caught up, there's no more Asano to read. That's sad. And then I can only get my fill with other similar series, which I have in one of the series I've been reading recently. Which I'll get to because there's the last volume of it here. Okay, now the next bit is the rest of Pluto. volumes 4 through 8 of Pluto. I got 1 through 3 a book off, used for I think $8 each. And I went and got these for like slightly more, just to complete the series because I don't feel good starting series without having the whole thing. And I did start this. I read the first chapter and maybe I think a little bit of the second, but I had to do something that came up and I couldn't finish it. And I haven't read the rest because I just kind of like I kind of wanted to get a feel for it and then go back to it later when I've got more time when I've cleared my backlog a little bit more. But yeah, it's Pluto. Not much to say about it. Most people know what the deal with Pluto is. You know, it's Urasawa, it's Tezuka, and it's amazing. From what I already read, like the first chapter is mind-blowingly good. And I had seen the art, Urasawa's art in Monster, and it didn't blow me away. Like I didn't really think much of it. I was like, oh, it's very, it's practical. You know, I guess the job done. It's almost like utilitarian. It does what it needs to do. But now I'm really realizing, just from reading the first chapter of this, I'm really realizing how crazy good his art gets. And I'm going to show you some art because I'm sure some people will want to see it. And there's some art. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. If it is, I'm probably spoiling myself too. Yeah, there's some art. And that's that. That's Pluto. And now let's go and make a nice segue into Tezuka book I found yesterday, the Book of Human Insects. I've seen this book around a lot, and it always called out to me because look at the design on this thing. It's really well designed. Like it just looks really cool. The one thing I don't like about it, like most Tezuka books, is that it reads reversed. It reads like an American comic, and that always throws me off because because you know reading comics and manga, especially when you're reading both at the same time, like very heavily, it gets a little confusing. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, you know, but it's like once in a while, like I'll turn away from the page or something because I don't know, for whatever reason I get distracted, and then I go and turn back to the page and I get confused which order to read. But it's really not a big deal. But yeah, let me go and show you some art. It's Tezuka. I've read Ayako and MW by him, so I haven't really read that much. And I've read some chapters of Astro Boy, specifically the first chapter, the origin, just to get kind of a feel. And then I read the greatest robot in the world chapter, which is relevant to, which is the basis of the story for Pluto, and that's why I read that. But yeah, everything I've read by him, I really liked. Sometimes it was a little bit hard to get through the time, but I was never not enjoying myself. It was always really good. And this doesn't look any different. The art looks a little bit more ahead of what it was in Ayako and MW. I don't really know how this relates to those in terms of how old it is. Um, but yeah, it looks really good. Or maybe I just haven't seen that art in a long time. I don't know. But yeah, really cool. Can't wait to read this. I'll probably read it at some point soon. Maybe after I read Satoshi Kon's Opus. Another book I mentioned briefly when I was talking about Asano and running out of Asano is Flowers of Evil, and this is the last volume of the complete collection. This is a 2-in-1. The other volumes are 3-in-1s. There's 3 others, so 4 in total. It collects all 11 volumes of the series, regular 11 volumes. And look at that. That looks awesome. But yeah, this one's smaller than the other ones. And I've been reading. I just started the first one yesterday, and I went through the whole thing like really fast. Not yesterday, like a couple of days ago. My sense of time is not very good. But yeah, I started that and I blew through it. Like I couldn't stop reading. It was an easy read. It kept me on the edge of my seat. Just a lot of really cool stuff. Like like if you like psychological stories that have a lot of social dynamics at play, especially when they have to do with younger kids. Like if you're like, I really like just I don't know how to say it, really, just the psychology of you know, someone growing up and someone going through those things, because we've all gone through those things. We all can relate to it, and we all have all kinds of different insights into it. I can see how a lot of people might get different things out of that. And it sometimes right now it seems like the story is going to be like a really bizarre like love triangle and stuff. And it's just been really cool. And I've been really enjoying it. Like I think it's going to become one of my favorite series. But yeah, I'm 3 volumes in. I'm really digging it. And I'm going to show you some art. But it's I hope it's not spoiler, especially for me because yeah, that's some stuff right there. But shit, I don't want to spoil myself. Let me not look through this. Yeah, I'm not going to show too much of this, but his art is amazing. And now another book by Shuzo Oshimi that I got, and I got these in the Kodansha, in the Barnes and Noble's Kodansha sale, buy two get one free. And I got the first, not the first two, but 4 and 5, volumes 4 and 5 of Happiness. And these books feel really good. Like they feel like very soft, very booky. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like even the pages feel like that. Like they have like a grainy feel to them, and it feels really cool. I've never really seen that in manga that much. But yeah, let me show you some art because this one actually it's probably harder to get spoiled on. But it looks actually quite different from Flowers of Evil. It looks a lot more sketchy here, a lot more blacks, a lot more just shading in general. And I don't want to spoil anybody. I mean, I'm probably going to forget about it by the time I read it, but just to show you some stuff, give you an idea. This art style looks a lot sketchier, and this cover, like, beautiful. Like, all of these covers look beautiful. And here's volume, I don't even know which one this is, 5. Here's volume 5, another really beautiful cover. And just a really well designed book. One thing that I don't understand about Kodansha is that like their paper is just not very good, and this is a different kind of paper, but still the same thing, because their like corners always get like slightly damaged, and this was sealed when I got it, so I don't get it. I mean, I guess I could still like bump into things, but I don't know. Kodansha's paper quality is just like kind of annoying. It always happens. Some sort of imperfection. I mean, I know I'm nitpicking, but yeah, it's worth mentioning. So I got 5 and 6 by the way because they were the only ones at the store that were in good condition. Everything else was just kind of like used and looking, and just like it looked like people were like grabbed the book, like dropped it on the floor 1,000 times, and it's just kind of annoying. But I plan on getting the series eventually anyway, so I figured, hey, I may as well get these because I needed 2 other books to pair with another book that I got here coming up in a bit. Now, this one I just got today. I just got my order from Right Stuff today, and this came in there, To Your Eternity, Volume 7. I'm still reading. I'm about to start reading Volume 3. I've only read the first 2, but so far it's been amazing. It's been really good. Really impressive art, really impressive story. The premise is really cool. And oh damn it, I just read the back of the book and I read the first sentence and it's a spoiler. But it's a character that I don't even know who they are, and honestly, this whole series seems like it's gonna revolve around the main characters dying. Hopefully that's not spoilers because it's kind of like the status quo of the book. But I guess they're not really main characters if they're all like dying right away. But let me not get more into that and get some people mad that I'm spoiling things or whatever. Because I know I don't like that either. But here to show you what I was talking about, Kodansha. See that? Yeah, I don't think that was from shipping and packaging. And then there's like that little thing too, that little dog ear or whatever you could call it's like a book cuticle. That's what it is. But the back of the book real quick, don't read it. The art, let me just show you some art real quick. Some art, yep, that's it. Hopefully you don't get that's been spoiler. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this series, so can't wait to read the rest. Now these are the other books I got in the Kodansha sale. Land of the Lustras 1 through 4. And here are these covers. Like these covers look amazing. Look at this. It's just a really cool style that I haven't really seen in manga a lot. It's kind of like a shoujo style, but for like a shonen-y kind of series. I mean, my anime list is a seinen. I don't really know if it is. I've only read the first 2 chapters so far, and I actually want to. I want to talk. I want to spend a little bit more on this book. This video is actually already pretty long, and I'm only halfway through my stack. But I'm gonna try to speed up because you know I want to be respectful of your time, and I don't want to ramble too much. But let me just show you how this series kind of opens. I mean, I'm going to skip like the actual first opening pages, but look at that, right? Like, just really good use of shadows and negative space, and just atmosphere in general. And then here we go. Here we got the first taste of our enemy. There it is. And there is the enemy. Really cool looking. Like, kind of like foreign looking. Like, it's not supposed to belong in the world. Like, it's very odd. And then we got here like the angels firing. We got the deflection, and then we got our character. I forget her name. Running up. She runs up. Yeah, she does the thing, and then she like runs up out of the page, and then you turn the page, and boom, like it like literally like directs your eyesight totally above like it directs your eyesight above, and then you just go like, naturally through to the slice, and then you fall because like one of the characters was in the air and she's falling right there, and the other character was like a little further away watching. But then it's just like I just like that dynamic paneling in comics, and manga doesn't use it a lot. You know, Western comics are a lot better about that, and I wish manga artists would just experiment more with panel layouts and just the medium as a whole. I think that's one of the things that is not holding manga back, but it's one of the pros that Western comics have that I think manga does not have a lot of the times. But yeah, and then we get the little whatever happens here, and yeah, just really cool. And look at that page right there. Like, look at that. Like really cool. Just stylistically very unique series, and that's why I ended up getting it in the first place. And it's really well reviewed too, and I really love the first 2 chapters. A lot of world building though, very slow start, but just like that, just that those pages that I showed you just blew me away, like right away, and I knew I had to get it. And I think there are 6 volumes out. I'll be getting the other 2 eventually. Okay. And now the last of my Kodansha volumes. These were not from the sale, but I did get one of these for a really good price on Amazon. I think they're still having it something on Amazon. And Amazon is iffy with shipping and whatnot, but I figured, hey, 650, and you know, if anything goes wrong, like they'll probably just refund it, or I could just return it. But yeah, this series is becoming one of my absolute favorites really quickly, and that is Grand Blue Dreaming. And this is a diving manga. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a diving manga. It's actually a manga about drinking, basically. But this is very wholesome, even though there's a lot of naked dudes. And let me just show you some of these faces. Like, look at that face. Like, these facial expressions are just amazing. And the whole thing is just really, really cool. Some of the best comedic timing I've ever seen in manga, and it just looks really cool. And there's not much of a story to speak of, but I have read ahead of this. I've read these 2, and I've read volume 3, and I'm like halfway through volume 4, because I just can't stop reading. Like, this is my happy place manga, you know, whenever I'm feeling sad, or not even sad, but it's just like one of those mangas that when you go into it, you know you're gonna laugh, you know you're gonna like smile along to these guys' debauchery as they get drunk and do whatever they do. They usually just get drunk, but you know, slight spoiler alert, there is diving eventually. And they actually go into it like in pretty good detail. It's actually pretty interesting. Okay, that's one stack. I have another stack the same size, but I'm gonna try to take less than half the time going through it because I don't want to waste your time. Okay. Hopefully you can't hear the background noise because it's really annoying. Well, now it's a constant bit. Okay, so let me not start with this one because this one's a little bit irregular. Okay, so first of all, and this actually should be actually really fast to get now that I think about it because a lot of these are the same series. It's a big stack, but a lot of these are the same series. And there's one of those series, Wolfsman. And I found the first some of the volumes at Book Off for pretty cheap, and I was like, oh, I've heard about that. I wonder why I've heard about that. And then I looked it up, and it's I had heard about it because it's the guy who writes it and draws it was one of the background artists, or is maybe, but he was one of the background artists on Berserk. And this is kind of similar in tone, I guess, to Berserk, except it's not. There's no fantasy. This is based on a real story. I'm pretty sure it's not the actual story, and I can't even tell you what story it is. Yeah, honestly, I don't remember, but it's based on a specific like battle in history. And just really cool. Some really cool covers. Like these spines are really cool, but the covers are also pretty cool. They're not really indicative of the art inside. I mean, they are, but they are indicative. But I think the strength of the art, from what I've seen so far, seems to be how dynamic it is and how well done the action scenes are. Like really well done action scenes. I'm not going to show you the rest, but you get the idea of what the art looks like. Okay. Let me show you one of the fight scenes that I found earlier that kind of blew me away. Oh, here it is. I actually thought I wasn't going to be able to find it. And this might be spoilers. If you want to know, it is chapter 2. So like this is literally the beginning of chapter 2. Here's one page. Let me actually try to start it from the right spot. And yeah, just a really cool action scene. I mean, you probably can't see it too well from the video, but kind of sold me on the series. And volume 1 apparently is out of print. So when I found it, I realized that I was like, oh, let me definitely grab that because it's something I probably would want to buy anyway. For one, it's the perfect size. Like I love when manga runs for about like 10 volumes and then just good, done. You're good. You got the full story. You don't need to continue getting it. I like long series, very like really long series too, but I don't have space for that. And this is a perfect size. Okay. What is next? Okay, so this I got on my haul today. I'm looking forward to reading and collecting the rest of the series. It's The Promised Neverland. I've heard a lot of good things about this from my friend Adonis and from other people out there that have read it. And I'm just really looking forward to it. Show some art. Really good art. It looks shonen-y. I mean, because it is a shonen, I think. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's published by Shonen Jump, so I'm pretty sure it's shonen. It does look shonen-y, but it also looks amazing in certain points. Yeah, I don't know what to show you, but the art looks really good. I just got it today. I got like a couple hours ago when I got home, and I'm really looking forward to starting this. I think after I finish Flowers of Evil and maybe I read maybe a couple more volumes of To Your Eternity, I think I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna get the rest of the volumes. Can't wait. Probably one of the series I'm most excited to start. Now, this is a weird find. I found these at Book Off, and they caught my attention because like the spine, and it's called Tenpenshu, which I don't know what that means. They're published by Dark Horse, and the spines caught my attention right away. But then I looked at the cover, and look at these covers. Like these are some really good looking covers, and it is mostly indicative of the art inside. But these are actually collections of short stories by Hiroki Endo, the writer of In, the post-apocalyptic, I think it's post-apocalyptic sci-fi series. I might be wrong. It might not even be sci-fi or post-apocalyptic, but I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. I wanted to read that for a bit, but it's not finished in the U.S., so eventually I'll end up bringing the scans. But I got this because I looked it up and it's also out of print. And it's some of these volumes. I don't remember if it's both of them or one of them, but they're kind of expensive online. Like not obscenely expensive. Like I wouldn't make that much of a profit selling these, but it seemed really cool. And it is. I read the first story, which is like a third of the first volume, and it was really really good. Like it wasn't like mind blowingly good, but it was good. It was really good. And I can't wait to read the rest. I'm iffy with short stories because I feel like a lot of times they don't really develop the ideas that they're trying to develop. They either go too little or they just don't really go. They just don't really go into it. Is what I'm trying to say. Well, I'm stumbling over my words. But yeah, this is really cool. The first story was about this homeless girl that helped this gangster that was this Yakuza member that got shot, and she was helping him. They were kind of living together, and like they had like a kind of a weird like father daughter kind of dynamic. Not really father daughter. Like it was kind of like he was still a him. Like he was still like a Yakuza man, but an honorable Yakuza man. I mean, Yakuza are actually kind of honorable. Like they have their own honor code. I guess it depends on your perspective and your values. I mean, obviously you do a lot of shitty shit. Let's not get into that. But yeah, the art looks really good. And that's mostly like pretty indicative of the art throughout the whole book from what I can tell. And just 2 volumes, that's the whole thing. And now another long series that I found, a book off also, was King of Thorn. King of Thorn, which is always sounds weird to me. I feel like it should be King of Thorns, right, or something like that. King of Thorn is just a little weird. But yeah, I got all these volumes, and you might notice there's a discoloration on most of them. 2 volumes, because these were in the clearance section of the book off for like $3 each. The volume 1, which you can see is kind of white, and volume 5. Those were in really poor condition, so I swapped them out for newer versions that I found that were not the same price. They were like $5.50 or something like that. So I swapped them out because they weren't in great condition. I mean, neither are these. Like they're kind of yellow. Actually, they're not that yellow, I guess. But yeah, they're pretty old, and so the whole thing for like 20 bucks, I think I paid for it, $25, something like that, for like 8 volumes, 6 volumes, excuse me. Apparently. But yeah, look at these covers. These are some really cool covers. I don't know why, but the graphic design of these books is really appealing to me, and the art inside also looks pretty. This one specifically called out to me because it just looks really cool. Then there's that one and the last one, and yeah, these books just look really cool. I'm actually looking forward to starting this. It's apparently a post-apocalyptic story. They were frozen. I think the main characters were frozen so that they could preserve the human race. And they wake up, and then there's these like creatures, which I'm assuming is that thing right there. And but yeah, this is probably one of the only manga that I own from Tokyo Pop. Usually, I don't think they produce a lot of good stuff. Maybe I could be wrong about that. But let me show you some art. It's kind of unique for me. I haven't really seen a lot of art like this. Let me see if I can get a little better angle with the light. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's like very heavy lines, like very heavy inking in a lot of places. And yeah, I read a few pages of this just to see if I'd like it. Looks really cool, and I'm intrigued. It's fairly well rated, like not like it's not like acclaimed or anything, but it's fairly well rated. I think it'll be fun. And if anything, you know, I'll just pass this off to somebody else for $25 for the amount that I got. See if they want to read it and if they like it. You know, no harm done. Okay, only got a couple books left. This one is Radiant. A lot of people probably have heard about this recently because it's I think it's got an anime. I think it's like 4 episodes in. And you know, usually I don't like connecting shonen titles, with some exceptions like Promised Neverland, because the author already said more or less how long he wants it to last. But I got this because it was 550 a book off, and I was like, oh, I'll check it out. I'll see it. I'll see what it's about. I'm also intrigued because it's by a French creator. So I'm kind of wondering how that's gonna affect the feel of the manga and the art of the manga. And the art it was definitely very effective. Like, look at that. Like, the thing is, it looks like standard shonen art, but look how dense it is. Look how dense everything is, and look at the shading in general and the inking and whatnot. It just looked really cool. Let me see if I can find like some better panels. Yeah, but just to give you an idea of how dense it gets, like look how small those word balloons are. Like not the word balloons, but the words inside the balloons. Like, they're very small. That's pretty dense. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of exposition. It's going to take a long time to really get going, but I'm gonna check it out at some point. Maybe when I take a break from Naruto. Now this this is a really weird one too, and I think I got it when I got Radiant. Um, this is an X-Men manga, X-Men Misfits with a Z. Actually, no, it's not a Z. It's an S. I was looking at it on the not the reflection, but on the computer recording, and it looks like a Z from here. But yeah, this is apparently like a shoujo X-Men book featuring Kitty Pryde, and I'm just really curious. Okay, this looks like a spoiler, maybe. I don't know if anyone even cares about spoilers for this, but it's very shoujo. Like, look at the art. It's very shoujo, and apparently it is very shoujo. Um, apparently this had like a volume 2 that was supposed to come out. That was like solicited, but never came out. I don't know. The writers, I don't think are Japanese. I think the artist is Anzu, but yeah, I was curious about it, and it was I think it was on sale for like $3 or $5 or something. I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. Let me see what that's about. And I have like an X-Men collection over there, like so I figured, hey, this is pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna put it with the X-Men collection. I'm gonna put it with the manga, but pretty cool. Interesting find. I like finding stuff like that. Now the last one is not a manga actually, but yeah, but I figured I would include it, and that is the Near Automata, uh, long story short, which is a prose novel, and but it actually has some really cool art though in between the chapters, which makes me want an actual manga for it, even though it probably wouldn't really do it justice. Yeah, that looks really cool. But the book is prose though. The book is but it kind of has like a different kind of format where it just kind of like seems to go through. I haven't started reading it yet, but it seems to go through kind of like different short stories, catch up with different characters at different points that were not shown in the game, or maybe points that were shown in the game. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but it's Nier Automata. Probably currently my favorite game of all time, or at least up there. Currently, because it's a little more fresh in my memory, even though I finished it like a year ago or 2 years ago. No, I think it was a year ago. But either way, I think I'm going to read this when I replay, when I go back into the game and try to do all the missions and maybe get the platinum. I don't know how far I want to take it, but I definitely want to go more into the game because some of the side missions are really cool. And I want to get the last ending, ending Y, I think, the one, the Emil ending. That's the only ending I haven't gotten because you need to get every weapon and yeah, I think it's only you just got to get every weapon, I think, and then you got to beat the boss, who's really powerful. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. That should be it, honestly. And then there's Akira. I'm not gonna go through the box. You guys can find that like somewhere else. This video is already way too long. I don't think anyone's gonna sit through this. But I'm gonna post it anyway. And yeah, there's the Akira box set. It came mostly perfect. Just has like a little crease right here, but it's mostly perfect. And I decided to display it like that because I could open it from the top. I guess I'll show you. I can open it from the top, right? This. Somebody's just opening this. It has a magnet, and then I just grab volume 1 and start reading it, and then put it back. So that's kind of why I framed it like that. And it also says Akira and shows the cool art. And I figured it was better to show it like that than any other way. And I put it over there just because, like, I wanted to put it with the rest of my manga, but there's no space. And that felt like the best spot to put it. So there it is, I guess. Yeah, yeah, let me not keep you any longer. I also got some comic books, but I'm not going to go over those. Basically, just a bunch of Morrison that you can see behind me. I guess I'll go over it really quick. I don't think anyone cares, but Nameless, I got both claws. I got the Filth, which is up here because I'm reading it. Then I got Flex Mentala, which actually has like some pretty ugly stickers. I'm not gonna take it out, but I have some pretty ugly stickers on the front. I got it from Amazon because this book is getting expensive, very expensive, and I got it on Amazon for like $10, I think. But it came with like a lot of stickers, and the package actually came open, which I don't think affected anything. But you know, but when I went to the third party seller to see if I could get either a refund or maybe some money back for not having an accurate description, that I should send it. There's stickers, a lot of stickers on the front of the book, which I think I'm going to try taking out maybe with the hair dryer method. I don't know if that works, but I don't know. I'm going to look something up, see if I see what I can do. If not, then oh well. You know, they did refund me a little sum, so either way, cheap book, I guess. Then Joe the Barbarian, which I found at a used bookstore for like $15, which is more than I would pay for a book that size normally, but it's Morrison and Sean Murphy. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Then I got Happy Deluxe Edition, which is not very deluxe looking. It's very thin, because I don't think you get that anywhere else. And I got Super Gods by Grant Morrison yesterday. Used at Book Off, like a lot of the things that I get. And that should be about it. I don't think anyone sat through this, but if someone sat through this, then congrats. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Sit tight for 1 second, literally a few seconds. And here it is. All right. Well, if you sat through to the end of this video, Right Stuff apparently is sending these with their orders, and I got two of them because they sent me my order in 2 boxes. I'm not sure why. They sent me bigger orders in 1 box, but they sent me two of these, and I don't know if I can use them both, but either way, it doesn't really matter. But what these are is codes. They have scratch offs here. I'm gonna cover it, and they have codes for 5% off. So you know, if you do watch until this part of the video, leave a comment and I will send you the code. Simple as that, right? And you get 5% off. I don't know until when this is available to be used. Since it doesn't say, I'm assuming all the time. I'm assuming you can just use it whenever. But this is an advert for when their sale starts, the Black Friday sale and the Cyber Monday sale. So, you know, keep track of that, I guess, if that's something that matters to you. Apparently they're going to have daily giveaways too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know if they sent me these because I'm a member of their subscription or not. But, you know, either way, cool. So leave a comment if you want. I don't know, like that. I know that at least someone watched it till the end or skip to the end. Either way, whatever. I don't really need two of these anyway. I don't. There's not really a whole lot of orders that I'm planning on making from them. Maybe Promise Neverland, but I'll probably get that from in-stock trades or physically. So yeah, that should be it. You know, hope you liked it. You know, even if you only watch part of it, I know sometimes I only watch part of these videos, and you know, enjoy. I mean, maybe more to come. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I can't get that many more books. Like, I'm really running out of space. So probably not a lot of hauls, but I would like to talk about comics, maybe do some streams. I know my friend Adonis wanted to make some videos, so maybe we'll make some videos. That would be pretty cool, some discussions. What I would really like to do is have like a nice like hour, 2 hour long discussion, like roundtable discussion on Oyasumi Poon Poon, Goodnight Poon Poon, which is easily my all-time favorite book. And I would definitely like to do that if I could get like the whole the old Tacos Farm group to do it after they read it, to just do a video together. That'd be pretty dope. That'd be really cool. But either way, if not, I'll probably do one myself. It's just I feel like I wouldn't really do it justice, and I don't quite want to script it either. So I would just be rambling, and as you probably can tell from this video, my rambling is not very efficient or or just good to listen to. So, well, thanks for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe. I guess I'll be trying to make more of these. And I'm not really trying to like have this YouTube thing take off, but I want to talk about manga and comics and other things and anime and shows and whatever else, books, fiction. I want to read about made up stuff. I mean, I want to talk about that stuff and read about it. But yeah, stick around if you like that. And peace out, I guess. See you sometime, hopefully. I shouldn't do that. That's kind of weird, right? Maybe I'll cut that part, no? Okay, bye.